September 1st is not an ordinary date on the calendar. It is a moment that comes with the weight of transformation, a moment when life itself demands from you more than you have ever been willing to give. On this day, the illusion of routine will shatter, and what remains is a challenge that will reveal the true depth of your strength. Many people walk through life in repetition, waiting for the days to pass, waiting for comfort to carry them forward. But September 1st does not allow comfort. It is a day that strips away your excuses and shows you that growth never comes wrapped in ease. On this day, you will feel the burden of change pressing against your chest, forcing you to see who you truly are. It will not be gentle. It will not whisper. It will strike with intensity because only through intensity do we wake from the dream of mediocrity. September 1st is the reminder that you cannot hide forever from your potential. The life you want, the person you wish to become, is not found in the safety of yesterday. It is found in the storms of today. The weight of this change is heavy because real transformation always feels unbearable in the beginning. When this day arrives, you will notice that the old patterns no longer serve you. What used to be enough will suddenly feel empty. What used to keep you safe will now become the very chain holding you down. September 1st brings the breaking of those chains, and breaking chains is never comfortable. It hurts, it demands energy, it demands focus. But without breaking them, you remain trapped in the cycle of who you were, unable to rise into who you must become. The power of September 1st lies in its demand for a decision. You cannot walk through it half asleep. You cannot drag yourself through it the way you drag yourself through an ordinary Monday. It is a day that asks you, will you collapse under the pressure of change, or will you carry the weight with dignity and rise above it? This weight is not meant to crush you. It is meant to strengthen your spine, to make you unshakable in the storms that lie ahead. Imagine a tree. When the storm comes, weak roots snap and shallow branches break. But the tree that has grown deep into the earth holds steady no matter how violent the wind. September 1st is that storm, and you, like the tree, must decide how deep your roots truly are. If you have lived shallow, if you have avoided hardship, this day will shake you to your core. But if you accept its weight, if you allow it to push you, it will force your roots deeper into discipline, deeper into resilience, deeper into the truth of who you are. This day is not punishment, it is preparation. The reason it feels like the hardest day of your life is because the most powerful versions of you are hidden behind it. Every step forward in growth demands a sacrifice. September 1st demands the sacrifice of comfort. It demands the sacrifice of your old self. It demands that you stop carrying the identity of weakness and instead carry the identity of strength. The world does not reward those who hide from growth. The world opens for those who can shoulder the weight of change and keep walking forward. When you wake on this day, you must remind yourself, the weight I feel is not my enemy. It is my teacher. It is the pressure that shapes me into the unshakable, disciplined, resilient being I was meant to become. Do not resist it. Do not run from it. Let it press against you until you realize that the pressure does not destroy you. It transforms you. Every heavy breath, every moment of discomfort, every trial you face on September 1st is carving you into a new version of yourself. The reason it feels dramatic, the reason it feels like the hardest day of your life is because change is dramatic, change is violent, change is demanding. And yet without it, life becomes empty repetition. Without it, the days lose meaning. September 1st is the day that restores meaning because it forces you to grow. It forces you to stop hiding behind excuses and start stepping into your potential. You may tremble under its weight. You may feel fear, but fear is only proof that transformation is close. The weight of September 1st is the signal that a new chapter has begun, that life has decided to stop waiting for you. On this day, you are pushed to rise, to evolve, to step beyond the person you once were. And when you choose to accept that weight, when you carry it with discipline and with strength, September 1st will not just be the hardest day of your life, it will be the most defining. It will be the day you finally stop living in the shadow of who you were and start walking into the light of who you are meant to be. September 1st will come as a test, and this test will not arrive in a form you expect. It will not knock politely at your door. It will not give you time to prepare in comfort. It will appear in your body, in your mind, in your emotions, and it will demand from you endurance. This endurance is not just about lasting through a long day. It is about how you face the invisible battles that rise when everything in you wants to stop. September 1st will not be kind. It will expose where your strength is lacking, where your patience is thin, where your discipline breaks. And this is why it is the hardest day, because it is not testing your surface, it is testing your core. On September 1st, you will feel fatigue in ways you have not felt before. The body will grow heavy. The mind will begin to wander. Doubts will grow louder. Every weakness will make itself visible. It will seem as if the universe itself is pressing against you. And yet, this is exactly the purpose of the day, to show you clearly, without deception, the parts of yourself you have neglected. Endurance is not learned in comfort. It is carved through struggle. It is forged when you are standing in the fire and still refuse to step out. There will be moments on this day when you feel you cannot go on, when the thought of quitting will whisper to you louder than ever. September 1st will bring these moments on purpose, because growth is not about doing what is easy. Growth is about refusing to break when every part of you is asking to surrender. The test of endurance is not physical alone. It is emotional when you feel overwhelmed, and mental when the weight of your own thoughts begins to crush you. September 1st is the mirror of your endurance, reflecting back exactly how strong you truly are. This day carries a truth that many people spend their entire lives avoiding. You only discover yourself when life becomes difficult. As long as the path is smooth, you are simply walking. You are not being tested. You are not being shaped. But when the storm comes, when the challenges rise, when you are pressed against your own limits, that is when the real self emerges. September 1st is the storm. It is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to uncover you. When endurance is tested, the first instinct is to resist, to complain, to ask why. But the truth is simple. September 1st is not against you. It is for you. It is demanding that you become more than you have been. It is demanding that you see clearly the areas where you fall short. And instead of hiding from them, you work on them. The test is not punishment. It is preparation. Without it, you would remain fragile. With it, you become unbreakable. On this day, pain will be your teacher. The heaviness in your chest, the tiredness in your legs, the weight of frustration in your mind. These are lessons. They are telling you where you need to grow. If you listen carefully, you will see that every moment of struggle carries a message. September 1st is the hardest day because it is filled with messages, and each one of them points you toward strength. To ignore them is to stay weak. To embrace them is to rise stronger than ever. You must not mistake endurance for survival. Endurance is not about dragging yourself through the day, waiting for it to end. It is about carrying yourself with awareness, with focus, with presence. Endurance is about holding your discipline when the mind wants to wander. It is about breathing steadily when fear begins to rise. It is about controlling yourself when the world around you feels uncontrollable. September 1st teaches you that endurance is not just lasting longer. It is lasting with strength, with clarity, and with unshakable will. The reason September 1st feels so heavy is because life knows you are capable of more. If you were weak, you would not be given this test. If you were not ready, the challenge would not arrive. The fact that September 1st is the hardest day is proof that you are prepared to face it. And when you face it, when you refuse to collapse under its weight, something powerful happens inside you. You begin to realize that your limits were never real. They were only walls you built in your own mind. This day will break those walls. The test of endurance is not to show you how weak you are. It is to show you how limitless you can be. On September 1st, every step you take, every breath you hold, every moment you keep moving forward is a declaration that you will not be defeated. This is how endurance shapes you. It makes you unstoppable, not because the world becomes easier, but because you become stronger. September 1st will demand from you everything you have. And in giving everything, you will discover that you always had more to give. That is the truth of endurance. It stretches you beyond your imagination. It forces you to become more disciplined, more focused, more resilient than you thought possible. And when the day ends, when the storm has passed, you will not be the same. You will be stronger. You will be sharper. You will be unshakable. This is the gift hidden inside the hardest day of your life. September 1st is the day when the illusion of comfort will be revealed for what it truly is, a trap that has kept you small, weak, and unprepared for life's real challenges. On this day, the mask of safety falls away, and what remains is the truth. A comfort has never been your ally. Comfort has been the invisible chain around your mind and body, keeping you from reaching your highest potential. September 1st comes to tear that illusion apart, to show you that comfort is the slowest form of destruction. Many live their lives chasing comfort. They look for the soft bed, the easy routine, the predictable outcome. They think safety is happiness and routine is peace. But September 1st will not allow this lie to survive. It will push you into discomfort so that you can finally see that growth does not happen in the warmth of security. Growth happens in the cold air of struggle. Growth happens when you stand where it is uncomfortable, when you continue walking even though your legs shake, when you refuse to stop even though your heart is heavy. On September 1st, comfort will feel tempting. The idea of giving up, of stepping back into what is familiar, will whisper in your mind. You will be pulled toward ease because ease has always been the path of least resistance. But remember this, every time you choose comfort over challenge, you are choosing weakness over strength. You are choosing the old version of yourself instead of the new one waiting to be born. The illusion of comfort feels sweet in the moment, but it robs you of the greatness that comes only from struggle. The hardest day of your life is not hard by accident. September 1st is designed to push you out of the comfort that has kept you still. It forces you to feel the sharp edge of reality, the truth that nothing grows in stillness. A seed only breaks open when it is pushed by the earth. Muscles only grow when they are torn by resistance. The mind only becomes sharp when it is tested by chaos. September 1st is the breaking, the tearing, the testing. It is the day that proves comfort has no place in the life of someone who wants to rise. When you face this day, you will understand that comfort is the language of delay. It tells you tomorrow is fine, later is enough, waiting is safe. But September 1st does not wait. It comes with urgency. It tells you that time is not your servant. It reminds you that every second you spend inside the illusion of comfort is a second stolen from your evolution. This is why the day feels heavy, because it rips you away from the lies you've been telling yourself. You will feel the pull of comfort strongly on this day. You will want to stop, to retreat, to protect yourself from the storm. But if you choose comfort, you will miss the lesson. The hardest day is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to wake you. And the only way to wake is to step fully into the fire of discomfort. The pain you feel, the pressure you carry, the fatigue that weighs you down, all of it is the path. Do not step away from it. Walk into it. Embrace it. Because it is only through embracing discomfort that you will find the strength hidden inside you. September 1st exposes this truth. Comfort creates illusion, but discomfort creates transformation. When you sit in ease, nothing changes. When you stand in struggle, everything changes. The self you dream of becoming, the life you imagine living, the discipline and resilience you wish you had, They are waiting on the other side of discomfort. The reason September 1st feels like the hardest day of your life is because it demands you to cross this line. It demands that you leave behind the comfort that has kept you trapped and step into the discomfort that will set you free. This day will show you the cost of comfort. It will show you that comfort takes your time, takes your focus, takes your discipline, and gives you nothing in return but emptiness. Comfort feels safe, but it makes you fragile. It makes you easy to break when life becomes real. September 1st will not let you stay fragile. It will not let you remain weak. It will push you to confront the reality that strength is built only in the places where you once wanted to run away. When the weight of this day presses against you, understand it clearly. The discomfort you feel is not a curse. It is your chance to rise. It is the fire that burns away the old self and makes space for the new. You cannot grow without burning away the parts of yourself that no longer serve you. September 1st is that burning. It is the fire of transformation, and it is not supposed to be gentle. It is supposed to be hard. If you allow yourself to be fooled by comfort on September 1st, you will miss everything. But if you accept the discomfort, if you carry it, if you refuse to escape it, then you will walk away from this day unshakable. September 1st is the hardest day because it asks for everything. It asks for your patience, your strength, your courage. It asks you to abandon illusions and step into reality. And if you accept its demand, you will walk away with more than endurance, more than strength. You will walk away free from the prison of comfort and free to become the strongest version of yourself. September 1st is not a day for weakness. It is not a day for hesitation or doubt. It is the day when your inner warrior must awaken. The storm will not ask for your permission. The challenges will not wait for you to feel ready. On September 1st, life will confront you with intensity, and only those who have awakened their inner discipline will stand unshaken. This day is not about ordinary strength. It is about the unbreakable strength that comes from within, the strength that no outside force can touch. On this day, everything you have avoided will come to the surface. Fear, laziness, distraction, weakness, all of it will rise like shadows trying to pull you down. And this is the moment when the warrior inside you must rise higher. September 1st is a battlefield, but the battle is not against the world outside. The real battle is against the self that wants to quit, the self that wants to stay comfortable, the self that whispers excuses. The warrior within you is the one who silences those voices, who refuses to bow, who moves forward no matter how heavy the weight becomes. September 1st demands calm strength, not the kind of strength that is loud and restless, but the kind that is silent, sharp, and disciplined. A warrior does not panic in the face of struggle. A warrior breathes. A warrior stays grounded, centered, aware. When pain arrives, he does not run. When doubt enters, he does not collapse. September 1st is the test to see if you can hold this inner stillness, if you can remain unshaken when everything feels like it is collapsing around you. On this day, you will feel the temptation to surrender to weakness. But weakness is the enemy of growth. Weakness is what keeps you small, and September 1st does not allow you to stay small. It demands expansion. It demands that you grow into the warrior you were meant to be. To awaken this inner warrior, you must accept the truth. Discipline is greater than desire. Discipline is greater than fear. Discipline is greater than pain. When the mind screams to stop, the warrior continues. When the body feels exhausted, the warrior endures. When the world feels overwhelming, the warrior stays still and keeps moving forward. September 1st is the stage where this warrior must step out of you. The struggles you face are not there to defeat you. They are there to awaken this side of you that has been sleeping. Most people live their lives with their inner warrior silent, hidden behind comfort and fear, but not on this day. This day rips away the mask, and if you do not awaken your warrior, the weight of the day will crush you. The awakening is not about becoming aggressive. It is not about fighting others. It is about fighting yourself. The warrior within you fights for clarity when confusion takes over. He fights for discipline when laziness tries to pull you back. He fights for resilience when weakness whispers to give up. September 1st is the day where this fight is unavoidable, and the outcome depends on whether or not you allow this warrior to rise. To awaken the warrior on September 1st, you must embrace silence. In silence, the mind sharpens. In silence, you learn to observe instead of react. When chaos arrives, silence gives you strength. The warrior does not waste energy on panic or fear. He channels energy into action. Every step, every breath, every movement is precise. This is how you must carry yourself on September 1st. You cannot move carelessly. You cannot speak carelessly. You must act with purpose, because purpose is the weapon of the warrior. On September 1st, your emotions will be tested. Fear will try to shake you. Frustration will try to break you. But emotions are only waves, and the warrior does not drown in waves. He stands firm until the tide passes. This is what you must practice on this day. Feel the emotion, but do not become it. Watch the fear, but do not serve it. See the frustration, but do not let it control your actions. This is the strength of the awakened warrior. The hardest day of your life is the day that shows you clearly you cannot live as a victim of your circumstances. You cannot live as a prisoner of your emotions. You cannot live chained to your old habits. September 1st gives you a choice: remain weak or awaken the warrior. There is no middle ground. And if you choose to awaken, if you choose to carry yourself with discipline, focus, and inner power, then September 1st will not destroy you. It will transform you. This transformation is not temporary. Once the warrior awakens, he does not return to sleep. Once you realize the strength inside you, you cannot pretend to be weak again. September 1st is the doorway to this awakening. If you step through it, you will leave behind the fragile self you once were. You will step forward into a new existence, an existence where you carry unshakable strength, calm focus, and the ability to endure anything life places before you. September 1st is not just another day. It is the battlefield of the self. It is the test that awakens the warrior. It is the reminder that true strength is not found outside. It is found within. When this day comes, do not run. Do not collapse. Do not hide, stand tall, breathe deeply, move forward with discipline. Let the warrior within you awaken fully, because this is the only way to carry the weight of the hardest day of your life and turn it into the most powerful day of your transformation. September 1st will confront you with pain, and this pain will not be accidental. It will not be random. It will arrive as a teacher and demanding your attention, demanding your respect. Too often people run from pain. They see it as punishment, as something to avoid at all costs. But on September 1st, avoidance is no longer possible. The hardest day of your life is the day when pain steps forward and stands in front of you like a mirror, showing you the parts of yourself you have ignored. This is why it feels heavy. This is why it feels overwhelming, because pain is not here to harm you. Pain is here to awaken you. On this day, the lessons hidden inside pain will reveal themselves. Every moment of struggle, every ache in your body, every weight pressing on your chest is a message. September 1st is the moment when you realize that pain is not your enemy. It is the very force shaping you into something greater. Without pain, there is no awareness of weakness. Without pain, there is no reason to change. Without pain, growth is only an empty idea. September 1st is the living proof that pain is the only language through which real transformation speaks. The pain of this day may be physical, it may be emotional, it may be the weight of your own thoughts pressing against your mind. But no matter what form it takes, it carries meaning. It is guiding you. Pain tells you where you are fragile. Pain shows you where you need strength. Pain forces you to face what you would rather ignore. That is why September 1st is dramatic. It strips away the comfort of pretending and replaces it with the truth that every step forward demands you to learn from discomfort. You will feel on this day that pain is heavy, but heaviness is not destruction. Heaviness is training. Just as the body grows stronger by lifting weight, the spirit grows sharper by carrying difficulty. September 1st is the weightlifting of the soul. Every struggle you face is a repetition, every obstacle is a set, and the result of enduring them is growth that cannot be reversed. The pain is not here to break you. The pain is here to strengthen you. When you embrace this truth, pain loses its power to control you. Most people allow pain to make them fearful, to make them stop, to make them collapse. But if you understand September 1st, if you understand that pain is a teacher, then you will walk through the fire without fear. You will breathe through the discomfort. You will let the pain speak, and you will listen carefully to its lessons. It will tell you to focus. It will tell you to discipline your body. It will tell you to control your mind. It will tell you to stop escaping life and start facing it fully. On September 1st, you must accept that growth and pain are inseparable. You cannot have one without the other. Pain is the price of transformation, and transformation is the reward of pain. The person you want to become cannot exist without the pain that shapes them. That is why this day feels like the hardest day, because it is sculpting you, cutting away the old and carving something new. And just like the sculptor's chisel, the process is not gentle. It is sharp. It is demanding. But the result is beauty and strength that could never be reached without it. Do not waste this day by resisting what it brings. Resistance to pain only multiplies suffering. Embrace it instead. Let it teach you. Let it mold you. The moment you stop fighting against pain is the moment you begin to grow from it. September 1st will show you this truth in the most direct way possible. If you run from the lessons of pain, you will remain the same. If you walk into them, you will rise transformed. The clarity of September 1st is this: pain is not a signal to quit, it is a signal to rise. It is proof that change is happening, proof that growth is underway, proof that you are being forged into something stronger. Every strike of pain is a step closer to the unshakable version of yourself. Every struggle survived is a layer of resilience added to your being. Every discomfort endured is a reminder that you are no longer fragile, you are becoming unbreakable. September 1st will remind you that without pain, life becomes empty. Comfort may feel good for a moment, but it leaves you hollow. Pain, on the other hand, gives meaning. It is the sign that you are alive, that you are growing, that you are moving beyond your limits. This is why pain must not be feared. It must be embraced, because only through it can you step into your higher self. The hardest day of your life is not punishment, it is preparation. September 1st is preparing you for the battles ahead, for the storms that life will send your way. It is sharpening you, hardening you, making sure that you are ready to carry the weight of your destiny. When you understand pain as a teacher, the fear of it disappears. Instead of avoiding it, you walk with it. Instead of fearing it, you welcome it. On this day, let the pain transform you. Let it tear away the weakness. Let it carve out the discipline. Let it build inside you the strength you will need for every day that follows. September 1st is not just the hardest day. It is the day that reveals the true meaning of pain. And once you understand it, once you embrace it, you will no longer see pain as something to escape. You will see it as the greatest guide in your journey of self-growth. September 1st will arrive as the line between two versions of yourself. On one side stands the old self, fragile, hesitant, full of excuses. On the other side stands the stronger self, the one forged through fire, the one unshakable in storms. This day is the breaking point. It will either shatter you or shape you. It will either pull you down into weakness or push you up into strength. September 1st is not gentle because transformation is not gentle. It is dramatic, heavy, demanding, and it asks you to decide whether you will fall into breakdown or rise into breakthrough. On this day, you will feel tested in every direction. The body will grow tired. The mind will begin to collapse under the pressure of doubts. Emotions will rise with intensity, tempting you to surrender. This is the moment of breakdown. Breakdown is the voice that tells you it is too much, that you cannot handle it, that you should stop before it destroys you. And if you listen, September 1st will swallow you whole. The hardest day of your life has this power. It can reduce you to nothing if you let it. But hidden inside the same weight, inside the same pressure, is the chance for breakthrough. Breakthrough is not found by avoiding the pain. It is not found by stepping away from the challenge. It is found in the exact moment when you think you cannot go any further and yet you take another step. September 1st will force you to discover this part of yourself when the world presses against you, when your strength feels gone, when your breath feels heavy. The breakthrough is one step beyond that moment. This is why this day is so powerful. It pushes you to the edge because only at the edge do you realize how far you can truly go. Breakdown comes when you let fear control you. Breakthrough comes when you use fear as fuel. Breakdown happens when you cling to comfort. Breakthrough happens when you embrace discomfort fully. Breakdown is the collapse of discipline, the surrender to weakness. Breakthrough is the sharpening of discipline, the rising into resilience. September 1st is the battlefield between these two paths, and the choice will be made by how you respond to the pressure. The hardest day of your life is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to break open the shell you have built around yourself. That shell is filled with habits that no longer serve you, excuses that have held you back, fears that have controlled you. On September 1st, the weight will crack that shell wide open. If you resist, the shell becomes a cage and you collapse inside it. But if you allow the breaking, if you accept the intensity of the moment, then the shell becomes the doorway to something new. That is the breakthrough, the emergence of a self you have never met before. On this day, you will feel torn between the two. A part of you will scream for relief, begging for the struggle to stop. But another part of you, the deeper part, will know the truth that this struggle is creating you. September for fast is dramatic because it exposes this inner war. The war between the part of you that wants to quit and the part of you that wants to rise. Which one wins will determine not just the outcome of the day, but the direction of your entire life. When you allow yourself to step into breakthrough, something permanent happens. You begin to see that limits were never real and you were walls you built in your own mind. And September 1st is the hammer that shatters them. The pain you feel does not defeat you. It strengthens you. The obstacles you face do not block you. They sharpen you. The weight pressing on you does not bury you, it forges you. Breakthrough transforms the way you see every struggle that comes after, because once you realize you can endure the hardest day of your life, nothing can intimidate you again. September 1st is not a curse, it is a gift, but the gift is hidden inside fire, hidden inside struggle, hidden inside pressure. To reach it, you must stop resisting. You must walk through the heaviness. You must embrace the storm and trust that on the other side of it, you will not just survive, you will evolve. This is the meaning of breakthrough. It is not survival, it is transformation. The old self cannot survive September 1st. It will either die in weakness or die so that the stronger self can be born. That is the truth of this day. It is the death of who you were and the birth of who you are meant to be. And this process is not smooth. It is painful. It is exhausting. It is dramatic. But it is necessary. Without it, you remain stuck. With it, you rise into a version of yourself that cannot be shaken by the storms of life. When the day ends, when you look back on September 1st, you will see clearly the choice you made. You will know if you collapsed in breakdown or if you rose into breakthrough. And if you chose to rise, if you chose to endure, if you chose to carry the weight instead of hiding from it, then September 1st will not just be remembered as the hardest day of your life. It will be remembered as the day that changed everything, the day that transformed your weakness into strength, your fear into courage, your doubt into unshakable belief. September 1st is the turning point. It is the moment of decision. breakdown or breakthrough, weakness or strength, collapse or rise. This is why it carries so much weight. This is why it cannot be ignored. And this is why it will remain the most defining day of your life.